In a music industry often defined by fleeting viral moments and carefully curated personas, one name has consistently defied the traditional trajectory of a reality show prodigy. For those who remember the trembling 13-year-old girl who famously stunned judges on the global stage back in 2018, the Courtney Hadwin of 2026 is virtually unrecognizable. We are witnessing a total transformation that transcends mere aging. It is a calculated artistic rebirth that has sent shockwaves through the recording industry this year. While many expected her to follow the well-trodden path of pop-infused radio hits, Hadwin has opted for a far more aggressive and authentic approach. Our investigation into her 2026 status reveals a performer who has traded the nervous energy of her youth for a commanding, almost intimidating presence that challenges the very definition of a modern rock star. This isn't just about a singer returning to the spotlight, it's about a cultural shift in how we perceive independent talent in the digital age. As we look at the footage from her recent appearances, the question isn't just about her vocal range, which remains historically unmatched, but about the narrative she is now choosing to write for herself. The shy girl from Hartlepool has effectively been replaced by a powerhouse whose 2026 sound is as sharp and dangerous as the jagged rock aesthetic she has recently adopted. Hook, but as the headlines begin to swirl, many are asking, what exactly happened behind the scenes to trigger such a radical departure from the soul girl image the world fell in love with? The most significant development in Hadwin's career occurred early this year when insiders confirmed she had officially moved toward a fully independent business model. For years, rumors surfaced regarding creative friction between the artist and major label executives who reportedly sought to standardize her sound for mainstream appeal. In 2026, those accusations surfaced more concretely as Hadwin launched her own imprint, signaling a definitive end to the corporate-controlled era of her career. Industry analysts suggest that this organic rebellion was a response to the heavy-handed marketing tactics that often stifle young talent. By stepping away from the safety net of a major label, she took a massive financial and professional gamble, one that many predicted would lead to her fading into obscurity. However, the exact opposite has occurred. Freed from the constraints of focus groups and radio-friendly quotas, her new material has tapped into a raw, unfiltered energy that is currently outperforming many of her peers on independent charts. This shift has not been without its challenges, as she now navigates the complexities of self-distribution and creative direction. Yet the 2026 data shows that her rebellion has actually strengthened her bond with a dedicated fanbase that values authenticity over polish. This move has effectively exposed the limitations of the traditional label system, proving that a unique voice doesn't need a corporate filter to find its audience. Hook, however, this newfound freedom came with a price, leading to a period of silence that had fans wondering if she had offed her own career before it truly peaked. From a technical standpoint, the Courtney Hadwin of 2026 is operating on a level that few vocalists in the world can touch. Our analysis of her recent live recordings, specifically from the February sessions in London, reveals a dramatic evolution in her vocal architecture. While her early career was defined by a high-energy, scream-singing style reminiscent of the 1960s, her current work utilizes a much darker, more resonant lower register that was previously unheard. This isn't just natural maturation, it appears to be the result of intensive technical training designed to weaponize her grit. The 2026 sound is characterized by what critics are calling controlled chaos, a blend of flawless pitch and intentional vocal distortion that creates a haunting, visceral experience for the listener. Producers who have worked with her this year describe her as a vocal architect, who meticulously layers her own harmonies to create a wall of sound that feels almost physical. There's a specific texture to her voice now that sounds weathered and experienced, far beyond her 21 years. This evolution has effectively silenced those who once dismissed her as a mere impersonator of past legends. In 2026, she has carved out a sonic niche that belongs entirely to her, blending elements of industrial rock with classic blues in a way that feels dangerously contemporary. The sheer power of her delivery during her recent Camden Assembly appearance left seasoned journalists in a state of genuine shock. Hook, but it's not just the way she's singing that has people talking, it's the increasingly cryptic and dark nature of what she's actually saying. As her new project Miss Jagged climbs the charts, the lyrical content has become a flashpoint for intense speculation and concern among the public. In 2026, Hadwin's songwriting has taken a turn toward the investigative, frequently touching on themes that some find unsettling. Tracks like Monsters and Die and Stay Pretty have been analyzed by fans for hidden meanings regarding the pressures of growing up in the public eye. There are accusations surfaced within the fan community that these lyrics are a direct indictment of the vultures in the music industry who profit off young performers. The language she uses is often stark and confrontational, avoiding the typical metaphors of pop music in favor of something much more revealed and raw. Some listeners have expressed worry over the darker undertones, interpreting the lyrics as a reflection of a personal struggle with the SHT she had to deal with during her hiatus. However, Hadwin's team maintains that this is simply the evolution of an artist who refuses to sugarcoat the human experience. In 2026, she's using her platform to explore the untold stories of the industry's dark side, positioning herself as a truth teller in a world of artifice. This lyrical shift has added a layer of mystery to her persona, making every new release feel like a piece of a larger, more complex puzzle. The depth of her storytelling is currently unmatched in the rock genre, proving that she is as much a writer as she is a vocalist. Hook. Yet, as she continues to push these boundaries, many wonder if she is intentionally courting controversy to maintain her high-retention status. The 2026 market impact of Courtney Hadwin cannot be overstated, as she is currently single-handedly reviving interest in the rock genre among younger demographics. While the industry has been dominated by electronic and hip-hop influences for years, Hadwin's unmatched vocal presence has carved out a massive space for organic, instrument-driven music. Data from streaming platforms shows a significant, shocking spike in interest for her 2026 releases, particularly in regions that had previously moved away from traditional rock. Her ability to blend a mysterious, almost ODD aesthetic with high-level musicianship has made her a favorite among critics and trenchcoat fans alike. We're seeing a revealed trend where her influence is forcing major labels to reconsider their own rosters, searching for the next Hadwin in a desperate attempt to catch the wave she has created. Her 2026 strategy relies heavily on high-retention live performances that go viral almost instantly, proving that raw talent is still the ultimate currency in a crowded digital marketplace. She hasn't just survived the transition from child star to adult artist, she has conquered it by refusing to play by the established rules. The Courtney Hadwin effect is now a recognized phenomenon in digital strategy, characterized by refusal to compromise on artistic integrity in exchange for rapid growth. As she moves into the latter half of 2026, her momentum shows no signs of slowing down, cementing her status as the definitive voice of her generation. Hook. But as she reaches these new heights, the industry remains on edge, waiting to see if her organic rebellion will eventually lead to a total burnout. As we conclude our report on the 2026 state of Courtney Hadwin's career, the evidence points toward an artist who is finally in full control of her destiny. She has navigated the treacherous waters of early fame, avoided the common pitfalls of the industry machine, and emerged as a singular force in modern music. Her voice remains unmatched, her vision remains uncompromising, and her impact remains undeniable. Whether you view her as a shocking rebel or a technical genius, there's no denying that she has redefined the expectations for what a 2026 superstar looks like. She stands as a reminder that even in an age of AI and automation, there's no substitute for a human voice that can shake a room to its core. As she continues to evolve, the world will be watching and, more importantly, listening to see where this organic rebellion takes her next. One thing is certain, the era of the shy girl is over and the era of the rock queen has only just begun. It leaves us with one final thought. In a world that constantly tries to tell artists who they should be, is Courtney Hadwin's greatest hit simply the fact that she stayed herself? Only time will tell if the rest of the industry can keep up with a pace that she alone is setting.